Alright guys, so for those of you that are new to the channel, my name is Antonio Matwire. If you like my videos, go ahead and give them a thumbs up and please consider subscribing to the channel. So alright guys, I know it's been a while since I've recorded or made any videos, but there's a lot been going on with the baby shower. I don't know if you guys know, but my fiance is currently pregnant. So we've been kind of scrambling, trying to get everything ready for him, as well as having family business, so it's been real crazy, but I'm back, so let's get right into it. What's up guys, Matwire back here with another video, and today I'm going to be finishing up the brake rotor install on the rear wheels. I'll also be giving a review on the Cquence brake rotors that I ordered to let you guys know if they're good or not. If you guys saw my last video, you'll know that I ordered the brake rotors, all 4 of them, last time, but the rear ones were a little too small for my car. What they ended up doing was sending me the regular 428i coupe brake rotors instead of the convertible. So I had to send the old ones back, get these ones. Took about 2 weeks for them to come back. So I've been waiting for a while to do them. So I guess I'm gonna do a review on them real quick after I install them and let you guys know if it was worth the wait. Alright guys, so I'm gonna go ahead and begin. I'm not gonna go too in depth or elaborate on anything, just for the simple fact that it's almost identical to installing the front brake rotors, with the exception of a few things, but I'll go over those with you guys when we get to them. So with that being said, I'm just gonna go ahead and start. So if you guys have any questions on anything that I'm about to do, just refer to my previous video where I do the front brake rotors, and I'm a little bit more thorough with what I'm doing, so that way you guys aren't lost. But for right now, since I already did that video, I'm just gonna kind of show you guys, but I'm not gonna really be saying anything. So now that the retaining clip's off, I'm gonna go ahead and loosen the bolts in the back of the caliper.
That's 2.
And so one of the exceptions I was talking about in the beginning of the video, what's a little different than the front ones, is for these ones you want to make sure that your emergency brake is not on. So I would definitely recommend putting some chocks on your wheels. If your emergency brake is on and you try to take off this brake rotor, you're gonna have a very hard time doing that. So once your emergency brake is off, you can go ahead and take off the brake rotor just like you would on the other video. One other thing I forgot to mention, on the other video you guys will see me tighten these little bolts with an impact gun. So pretty much you want to tighten these down to about 16 foot-pound of torque. You don't want to tighten it too much, because if you tighten it too much, it can be angled in one way or the other, and you don't want that, because you could cause your brake rotor to warp, and it just will give you a bumpy ride, and you don't want that. Just hand tighten it, don't go crazy with an impact gun. So now that that bolt's out, I'm gonna go ahead and take it off. And this one usually does give you some trouble, as you can see, and I'm kind of glad I did so I can show you guys. So what I usually do is just grab a rubber mallet and just kind of work it off like this. Like that. And then once you work it, it should come off. Just like that. Yeah, look how rusty that is. Old versus new. Jeez, what a difference, huh? Like I said in the previous video, if you would like to kind of clean this area up a little bit, you can. This one is a little dirty, so I'll go ahead and clean this up, and I'll get back with you guys in a second. Alright guys, so I went ahead and just cleaned it up with a wire brush, and just kind of knocked off most of the remaining dust with just a regular brush. So now that that's out the way, I can go ahead and install the brake rotor. Oh, fits so much better than the last. Once you make sure that all the holes are lined up, you want to make sure that you push it in place, because like I said, you don't want to tighten it to where it's any one way or the other. And this one looks pretty good now. So I'm gonna reinstall this little nut, or bolt, excuse me. 16 foot-pounds of torque is not that much, so I'm just gonna hand tighten it and then call it good. So I'm gonna reinstall this brake pad, and then once I do that, I'll reinstall the caliper to the rotor, and then that's it. Pretty simple. Alright, so once you have the bolts in place to hold your caliper, you're gonna reinstall your retaining clip. Alright, once that's in place, you're gonna put back on your wheel, and that's that. This is the finished product. Looks pretty good to me. And so now that I've done this side, I'm gonna go ahead and head over to the other side, do it off camera, and then after that, I'll go ahead and go off for a drive and give you guys a little review. Alright guys, so I finally got the last rotor installed, so I'm gonna go ahead and go on a drive and let you guys know how they are. Alright guys, so I'm here on the road, and one thing that I wanted to answer, a question that I got a lot from my last video is, why did they start off black and then I showed you guys the finished result and then the kind of like silver? That's just because the surface where you're braking is obviously gonna wear away. So they are gonna, if you order black rotors, they're gonna start off black, but wherever the brake pad is going to be touching or engaging, obviously that black is going to sooner or later rub away. So now that that's out the way, let's head into the review. So right off the bat, I can already tell you guys that they do bite a little better than the OEM brake rotors for this vehicle. You know, Cquence does ask when you install them not to do any like harsh braking or anything like that. So I can't give you guys like a really good review to see, you know, if I have to brake really hard or anything like that. But just driving down the street, you know, and doing normal braking, they perform very well. I'm actually pretty impressed. Like I had mentioned in one of the reviews for my vehicle, this car is very heavy because it is a convertible, and the convertible is heavier than just a regular 428i coupe. So with that being said, heavier car, you need good brakes. You know, the OEM brakes are not good. They just, you know, they do their job. But when it came down to it, if you're adding power to this vehicle, you're definitely going to have to upgrade your brakes sooner or later, because the OEM brakes just aren't going to cut it. I'm not going to lie, there's not too much of a difference that I can tell from when I installed just the front ones to now. But then again, the front rotors are a lot bigger than the back rotors, and that's pretty much like the main stopping power on your vehicle is the front rotors. So the fact that they don't feel too much different from when I just had the front ones installed doesn't surprise me. I'm very interested to see how they perform after I have properly you know, broke them in, and then I can brake more harshly, I guess. But right off the bat, they are very good brakes, and I'm certainly happy with the result. So a big shout out to Cquence. They're the ones that got me these brakes. Yes, they did take a while to come in, but I do not blame them. With everything going on, you know, with COVID and just everything is screwed up, and you know, shipping times and delivery times are all jacked up. So I do believe that it's not their fault that these rotors took a while to come in. But was it worth the wait? Yes, I definitely believe it was worth the wait. They make the car look so much better, and the drive is just a lot better when it comes to braking, a lot smoother. Like I said, more to come. I'll let you guys know further down the road once they're properly broken in, how they perform. But as far as my first impression on these brakes, I absolutely love them. Alright guys, that wraps up today's video. I had to take a shower because it's extremely hot outside and I was all sweaty. But if you liked today's video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, consider subscribing. One more shout out to Cquence. Thank you for getting me these brake rotors and these brake pads. I think they're great. They work great. They look great, and I'm very happy with the overall product. Alright guys, and that concludes today's video, and I will see you next time. Peace.
Are we gonna play now? Ready for the show? I'm about to take down, you already know. Get the fuck out of my face now, yeah, you gotta go. Man, I'm on the chase now.